Hello, this is the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Mariam George Jitubo. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has empowered no fewer than 250 persons with disabilities in Abuja under her Renewed Hope initiative. The gesture is part of activities marking the 2025 World Disabilities Day. Howard Gimba reports that the First Lady was represented at the event by the wife of the Vice President, Nana Shatima.
In a bid to promote inclusion and economic dignity for persons with disabilities, the Nigerian First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has extended support and grants and other items to 250 beneficiaries across the FCT. The gesture was provided through the FCT Renewed Hope initiative, represented by the wife of the Vice President, Hajia Nana Shatima. The empowerment is to ensure that no one is left behind in national developments.
250 persons with disabilities in each state and the federal capital territory to support small businesses, owners to recapitalize their existing businesses and strengthen their means of livelihoods. Also, each state of the Federation, the Federal Capital Territory, and the Defense and Police Officers Wives Association have received 50 million naira.
FCT Renewed Hope Initiative Coordinator and Mandate Secretary for Women Affairs, Dr. Adedayo Benjamin Lani, says the empowerment program aligns with the ongoing efforts to strengthen social protection and broaden opportunities for vulnerable groups across the territory.
Setting up a fully engaged response team, and one that isn't just about response but active in the place of the interventions. The interventions, like you said, are sectoral. They are multi-sectoral. So this is a multi-layered approach, multi-tracks.
For the persons with disabilities, the joy knows no bound with the support. But, like Oliver Twist, they appeal for a safer and more inclusive environment.
She has done well. She has tried enough to touch the life of people living with disability, and we sincerely appreciate her even presence with us today. We are quite happy.
We have so many disabled people in the country, so it will pay us more if the government will look into providing a monthly allowance, because there are so many people, there are so many of us in this country.
Organizers say they are more poised to enhance the well-being of persons with disabilities through the renewed hope agenda of the present administration. Howard Gimba, NTA News.
Commissioner of Police FCT CP Millard Mtauri says the command will continue to strengthen collaboration with all partners, as this remains a prerequisite for security service delivery determined to achieve meaningful results in the nation's capital. The nation's capital police boss gave the affirmation while speaking at an interactive session with the command's media partners. Emotu Yakubu tells us more.
The Federal Capital Territory, a nation's capital pregnant with certainty for rapid development. Security situation in the territory in recent time has recorded considerable improvement through dedicated efforts. However, wrong information dissemination in certain quarters have often discredited these successes and achievements. To correct these anomalies, this is the latest effort in seeking to utilize frontline information managers to reevaluate and strengthen synergy to counter these emerging negative narratives.
Special appeal as well that we verify most of these things. Verify, carry out your investigative journalism, pick up the news you want to pick up and release it the way you want to release it. But like I said, instead of releasing it to send panic to the public, I think we can manage it in a way that it wouldn't send panic.
Commissioner of Police Millard Mtauri believes that delivering the right information is key to the police command's campaign against negative elements and wrongdoers in the nation's capital. With the Yuletide around the corner and area council elections fast approaching, CP Antawai says his command is looking to galvanize all assets and collaborations for public enlightenment and service delivery.
As long as you are open to people, you attract information. So I encourage my people to give you audience and to be close to you. That is why I have been going around in my little way of doing community policing.
The police boss emphasized the need for purveyors of fake news to always seek verified facts before circulating information to the public, as misinformation often creates unnecessary panic amongst residents. Onotu Yakobo, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory Universal Basic Education Board's head-to-head debate has reached its grand finale, with Junior Secondary School Pape emerging overall winner after a competitive first, second and third phase. Kubwa Junior Secondary School secured second place, while Junior Secondary School Gwarimpa Estate claimed third position. The initiative is organized in collaboration with the FCT Department of Reform Coordination and Service Improvements. The head-to-head debate reality show, a pet project of the acting executive chairman of the FCT Universal Basic Education Board, Alhassan Sule, has entered its fourth edition. What began as a simple debate contest has evolved into a strong advocacy platform aimed at addressing the challenge of out-of-school children in the nation's capital. Through debates, advocacy training, and rural outreach activities, participating students examine barriers to education and propose practical solutions at both grassroots and policy levels. Representing the acting executive chairman, the director of primary school services, Hajia Habiba Barrow, said the initiative is designed to catch them young, preparing students to become informed and responsible future leaders.
It is worthy to note that this program has caused increments in number of enrollment of students in our schools because it is serving as a means of sensitization, awareness to the entire society.
Our brilliant young debaters, today you stand not only as contestants, but as advocates, voices for children who are still out of school.
Other stakeholders commended the program, noting that it helped build students' confidence, communication skills, and public engagement abilities.
It has opened their horizon, their mind towards critical thinking and then focused reasoning. And that's the aim of this debate. It's a departure from the norm we know about debates.
The major aim is to use debate to bring those children who are not in school, those that are out of school, on the street, hawking, whatever, to bring them back to school by using the students who participated in this program.
Awards were presented to schools with outstanding performances. The overall winners from Junior Secondary School Pape attributed their success to confidence, teamwork, and a strong drive to excel.
I'm very excited that of all the schools that participated, my school came out first position. That is something I didn't expect, although I worked for it. But I'm very happy that my hard work paid off.
Just wish that they could allow more people to come and see how the event is going, and more people they'll bring more people into the school system.
The event also featured a drama presentation titled Send Your Child to School, reinforcing the message of free basic education and the need for parents to enroll their children and keep them in school. For journalists to effectively manage information in a digitally evolving era, they must embrace digitization, accuracy, credibility, as well as acquaint themselves with fact-checking tools. That formed the discussions at a 3-day capacity building workshop for information and media officers organized by the Nigerian Union of Journalists, FCT chapter in Kefi, Nasarawa State. Blessing Mfulani reports.
The 3-day capacity building workshop for information and media officers, according to the chairman, Nigerian Union of Journalists, FCT chapter, Comrade Grace Ike, is intended to acquaint media officers with fundamental rudiments of the profession as well as effectively manage information in a digital era bedeviled by misinformation and fake news.
We've decided to, come together to see how we can talk to ourselves, particularly looking at the trending issue on board social media, misinformation. How do we curb misinformation? How do we get rid of issues that are actually fake?
As a frontline union of Nigerian journalists, we need to look for ways to counter this menace which is affecting our society negatively.
Facilitators at the forum say for journalists to remain relevant and distinguish themselves from new media journalists, they must be innovative, accurate and credible, with a call on the federal government to legislate laws that will protect the journalist.
The Constitution has reposed the responsibility of ensuring there is good governance in the country on the shoulders of the journalists. And this journalist is living in fear of the unknown. And the only thing that can protect him is the piece of legislation.
Participants described the workshop as apt.
We hope to go back with a proper knowledge of how to strategically reel out or bring out news information.
Of course, we have learned about credibility. So whatever we are passing out from our information unit must be credible.
The theme of the workshop is Enhancing Public Image, Strategic Communication and Media Visibility in the Digital Era. Blessing Mfulani, NTA News.
Wuse Market holds very significant place in the economic value chain of Abuja. As such, the attention of the Abuja Investment Company Limited is shifting towards revitalizing infrastructure at the market, with the recent being the donation of a brand new fire truck and a solar-powered electricity for safety improvement in business and commerce. Group Managing Director, Abuja Investment Company Limited, Ambassador Maureen Terminal, reaffirms her leadership commitment and vision to make all markets safe and viable. Abdullahi Ajia reports.
With the Wuse market being strategic and the heartbeat to high volume of trade and investment, which is adding huge value to the economic fortunes of the Federal Capital Territory. The inauguration of a new fire truck and 1 megawatt alternative solar power facility, stakeholders welcome as not only timely but necessary to protect lives and property, as well as stimulate commerce.
The traders of Wuse Market are exceedingly grateful to His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has come to see that governance should get to the grassroots. The renewed hope agenda is real. Today we have a fire truck and the fire fear and fire threats in Wuse Market setting of the past. Also, AEDC has come to ensure that we have a 1 megawatt mini grid in the market, which means we are going to have 24 hours uninterrupted power supply.
We are going to give this fire station utmost attention, ensuring that it performs efficiently.
Group Managing Director, Abuja Investments Company Limited, Ambassador Maureen Terminal, while inaugurating and handing over the facilities to the benefiting community, reassured everyone of the renewed hope impact of President Tinubu being implemented by the FCT Minister, Yeson Wike.
This administration of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu and also the Minister of the FCT is poised to ensuring that they provide amenities for their citizens. Today we've purchased a very strong, durable fire truck. We don't pray for fire, but in case it happens, we'll be able to quickly bring it under control.
Stakeholders who were visibly elated with this development agreed that this will propel efficient and effective business transaction, and the challenges of electricity and recurring fire incidences in Wuse Market will now be a thing of the past, as they urge for proper management and sustainability of government's investment on the facilities. In Abuja, Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. The news continues shortly. Do stay with the station.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. The jingle bells have started ringing and the Christmas spirit has filled the air. NTA Channel 5 Abuja is organizing a memorable Christmas party for children in the Federal Capital Territory. Come and experience a time of your life in our fun-filled party with dancing competition, exciting games, bouncing castles, attractive gifts from the Santa's Grotto, and lots of food and drink.
Date Saturday 20th December 2025. Venue NTA Channel 5 Abuja premises, area 10 beside Old Peregrine Garuki Abuja. Time 12 noon. Gate fee 1,000 naira only. For sponsorship and partnership, please contact the marketing department NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Come celebrate the season of joy and togetherness.
Don't miss out on this fun.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Good to know you're there. Now, 17 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly and the Speaker have defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC. The defection was formally announced by the Speaker during Friday's plenary session in Port Harcourt. The lawmakers cited ongoing internal crisis within the PDP as the primary reason for their decision to switch allegiance to the ruling APC at the federal level. In a ceremony marked by pride, applause, and a renewed call for excellence, the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Nasarawa State Office 2, Maraba, has honored manufacturers who have led the nation's most trusted benchmark of quality. Sandra Akene reports that it was a moment that celebrated hard work, integrity, and the drive to produce goods that Nigerians can trust.
For many awardees, the MANCAP certificate is more than a requirement, but it is proof of their long-standing commitment to doing things right. They expressed gratitude, noting that the award will boost confidence, visibility, and market access for their products, pledged to sustain excellence, recognizing that consumer trust rests on consistent quality.
This is actually a revalidation for us, because we've done one before that we passed our MANCAP, and we ensure that we continue with maintaining the standards that SON actually set.
For you to face their inspections and protocols, it wasn't easy. But I thank God that today we finally made it.
From food processors to household product makers, all recipients met SON's strict standards after inspections, laboratory tests, and factory audits. Director General Standards Organization of Nigeria, Ifeanyi Chukwunonso Okeke, represented, stressed that the awards go beyond recognition, but they are a call to uphold quality and protect consumers in a competitive market.
The mandatory conformity assessment program will be validated for 3 years, and if you are not able to maintain the quality, we can also revoke the certificate.
We are happy that this type of thing is happening in our state because it brings about economic and industrial development to our nation. And this certificate covers or protects our consumers.
We have been partnering with them. We provide security to cover them. Most of the time they are going out for any visits to some of the factories. Our men used to go with them.
Presenting the certificates, officials urged more manufacturers to embrace the program, emphasizing that compliance with standards is vital to reducing substandard products and supporting economic growth. The event closed with a strong reminder that businesses flourish where standards thrive, and SON remains committed to guiding manufacturers towards quality that meets global expectations. Sandra Akeme, NTA News.
Let's now join our business desk for business news. government opens subscription for December savings bonds amidst 4.55 trillion naira excess borrowing. That's a bit from the reports on Business News this week. I'm Hakimat Aliu Ibrahim. On Business News this week, Nigeria's GDP is expected to grow to 4.22% in fourth quarter of 2025, an increase from 3.98% in quarter three. This signals a positive outlook for the year as economic growth is projected to accelerate towards the end of the year. Analysts at the Cardinal Stone disclosed this in its macro research notes released on the following the latest GDP data from the National Bureau of Statistics. It stated that Nigeria's economy grew by 3.98% in the third quarter of 2025, marking a slight improvement over the 3.86% recorded in the same period of 2024, but a decline compared to the 4.23% in second quarter of 2025. On Monday, opened subscription for 2 federal government of Nigeria savings bonds at 1,000 per unit. This is despite the fact that the government has already surpassed its borrowing target for 2025 by over 4.55 trillion. The DMO said the first offer is a 2-year savings bond due to mature on December 10, 2027 at 13.533% per annum, while the second is a 3-year savings bond due to mature on December 10, 2028 at an interest rate of 14.538% per annum. The FGN savings bond offer is tailored and targeted at retail investors with guaranteed quarterly interest payment and repayment of the principal at maturity. DMO says the offer will open December 1, 2025, while the closing date will be December 5, 2025. The Central Bank of Nigeria has announced a significant relaxation of its cash withdrawal and deposit regulations effective January 1, 2026, in a move aimed at improving liquidity and easing the burden on businesses and individuals amid prevailing economic challenges. The circular signed by Dr. Rita Shike, Director of the Financial Policy and Regulation Department, the Apex Bank raised the weekly cash withdrawal limit for individuals from 100,000 to 500,000 naira across all channels, including ATM, points of sales, terminals, and over-the-counter transactions. And now to our locally sourced report. There is a slight reduction on the price of flour in the markets, but traders say flour selling firms can still do more by returning the price to what it used to sell in the year 2023 and early 2024. Let's have the report.
The price of the flour dropped a little. Before, we do buy 59,000 and we sell 61. But now the price have dropped to 55,000 and we are selling 57,000. We still expect that maybe the price will say come down so that it can be affordable. But still this price now, people are still complaining that it is on a high side.
And that's it on Business News this week. The news continues shortly. And for stories trending in the sports world, here is Sports Brief.
Nigeria's senior men's cricket team, the Yellow Greens, kicked off their West Africa Trophy campaign with a 19-1 win over Zambia in Abuja. Prosper Hosseini of No Limit Cricket Club, Benin City, shone with an all-round performance, taking 4 wickets and earning MVP honors. The Okwe brothers, Isaac and Sylvester, anchored Nigeria's 138/8 with Hussaini, Vincent Adeoye and Isaac Okwe sharing all 10 Zambian wickets. Next, the Yellow Greens faced Sierra Leone aiming to build on their early momentum. Meanwhile, the Super Eagles have pushed back their pre-tournament training camp for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco to December 14th, following FIFA's directive that clubs only need to release players from December 15th. Nigeria, three-time African champions, aim for a strong run in the tournament, having finished runner-ups in 2023. Coach Eric Chile will use the short window to assemble his squad before facing Tanzania on December 23rd. Lastly, Mali coach Tom Saintfiet has slammed FIFA's adjustment to player release dates for the 2025 AFCON, accusing the body of favouring European clubs and disrespecting African football. Saintfiet criticized FIFA's Arsene Wenger, saying he knows nothing about national teams and prioritizes European interest. The decision has sparked widespread backlash across Africa, with Saintfiet calling for greater respect for African football. With Sports Brief, Wayne Logo, NTA News.
And with sports, we end the news at 1. Thank you for being a part of it. I am Mariam George Jitobo.